message from 3 angels. You're being watched, and your next move will trigger their visit. At the edge of midnight, the veil thinned last night. In a moment unseen by earthly eyes but blazed across the skies of heaven, 3 angels descended into the earthly realm. They did not come for fanfare. They did not come for applause. They came for one thing: observation. For in the stillness of night, when the world slumbers and distractions fall silent, heaven begins to move. And this time, heaven's gaze turned not toward the multitudes but toward the few. Not the loud but the loyal. Not the known but the chosen. These angels, watchers of covenant paths, moved into position by divine command. They are not idle beings. They are not decorative wings in the background of holy tales. They are emissaries of divine instruction, activated only when purpose intersects obedience. And last night, your spirit crossed that intersection. Whether you knew it or not, whether you felt it or not, something in your posture called forth attention from the throne. Something in your surrender registered as a signal. Something in your yes triggered a divine dispatch. Your eyes are not on the gods but on the God. Not on those who merely profess faith, but those whose lives prove it in silence. These angels were not sent to watch the ones who shine on stages, but the ones who kneel in quiet rooms. They were not summoned for the curious, but for the committed. And in this hour, you are counted among the committed. You are marked among the ones whose next move matters more than ever before. This message, this moment, this visitation, it is not for the spectators. It is not for those seeking comfort wrapped in casual prophecy. No, this word is not for the comfortable. It is for the consecrated. It is not for the wanderers. It is for the warriors. You have entered a moment that only the obedient recognize. You have reached a line that only the surrendered can cross. And in this line, the watchers wait. Stillness is your protection. Obedience is your signal. The warfare will not look like battles of old. It will not be fought in fields or pulpits or posts. It will be tested in your responses. It will be determined by your silence. It will be provoked through familiar voices attempting to reawaken versions of you that no longer exist. But do not be swayed. Stillness is your protection. Every time you pull back from explaining yourself, every moment you choose silence over justification, you are aligning with the frequency of the watchers. You are not invisible. You are intentionally hidden. And in this hiding, heaven has decided to reveal something greater through you. The angels have moved, and the hour has begun. This message is not hype, it is holy. It is not random, it is revelation. And what you do next will echo beyond this moment. It will ripple into realms that men cannot see. It will unlock movements that only heaven tracks. You were not chosen for ease. You were chosen for encounter. You were not anointed for applause. You were anointed for alignment. And that alignment has come, right now, in this hour. 3 angels have been released to watch, to record, and to respond. You will not be left exposed. You will not walk through this season alone. But you must understand, every act of obedience is a trumpet in the Spirit. Every withheld word, a sword unsheathed by heaven. So, prepare your hearts. Ready your mind. Strip away the distractions, the justifications, the old patterns. For this is not the moment to blend in. This is not the moment to delay. This is the moment where movement becomes mandate. This is the hour where watchers draw near. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. Archangel Michael invokes divine attention over you now. This is no mere utterance. This is no poetic flair. This is a spiritual alert, a thunderous call in the invisible realm that a soul is nearing decision, that a vessel is trembling on the edge of obedience, that a heart is standing on the precipice of being fully awakened. Your name has not fallen to the ground. Your cries have not echoed into nothingness. Your battle has not been in vain. This is the hour where heaven declares over you, we see, we move, we intervene. In the next 6 hours, a decision will echo into heaven. 6 hours. Mark it. Count it. Set your spirit in watchfulness, because something divine has been cued to activate by your alignment. The watchers are not passive, they are responsive. Your faith is not being measured by your noise, but by your movement. What you say in private, what you decide in silence, what you choose when no one affirms you. This will write the scroll of your next chapter. And the ink used. Your obedience. The Spirit says, you are not moving unnoticed. You may feel overlooked by men, underappreciated by peers, misunderstood by the ones closest to you. But your movement has not been hidden from the force of heaven. What you thought was wandering was actually watched. What you perceived as delay was divine pause. There are angels assigned not just to protect you, but to record you, to track your responses, to watch your posture, to note your alignment. The watchers have moved, and one has drawn close. Feel the shift. Not in emotion, but in atmosphere. You've sensed it. The goosebumps in stillness. The unprovoked weeping. The dreams that startle you awake. That's not just spiritual residue. That's divine proximity. One of the three has drawn close, not to frighten you, but to observe what you do with the weight you've been given. You are not under surveillance. You are under summoning. You're not being judged. You're being verified. This isn't random. Your name is being whispered in light. Not on lips of gossip, but in realms where angels stand to hear the commands of the Most High. The whisper isn't an accusation. The whisper is in preparation. Prepare the oil, they say. Guard the gate, they chant. The chosen one draws near to decision. You are not in a random moment. You are in a prophesied one. Heaven is not just watching. Heaven is waiting. And in this sacred pause, Archangel Michael stands with sword drawn, not in threat, but in readiness. Readiness to shield you if the storm is stirred. Readiness to cut what must be severed. Readiness to guard what is holy within you. Your fear is not fail. Your doubt has not disqualified you. But you must choose now. Choose the narrow path. Choose the higher calling. Choose the silence over the spectacle. Obedience over opinion. In the next 6 hours, choose like someone being watched by heaven. Walk like someone under assignment. Speak only when instructed. Move only when cleared. For what you do now, heaven will mirror. If you retreat, delay will follow. But if you rise in faith, the angels will begin their movement. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. You felt the strange tension, unprovoked and silent. A restlessness that does not speak in words but screams in atmosphere. You've entered rooms and felt energy shift. You sat in silence and heard the loudness of the unseen. It is not paranoia. It is perception. You are not imagining it. You are discerning it. The watchers have moved, and the realm around you is responding, not in clarity, but in discomfort. Someone hath been watching not with eyes but intention. A surveillance that doesn't come from the physical, but from the spiritual. You've been on radar, not just of angels but of adversaries. Hell knows when heaven leans in. Demonic agents discern when God highlights a vessel. And lately, you've been carrying the fragrance of divine preparation, a scent only recognized in the Spirit. And because of that, you've been watched. Not out of admiration, out of anticipation. Things have shifted. Conversations halted when you entered. Eyes darted. Smiles masked unease. They know something is coming, but not who it's for. You are not who they assumed. You are not as vulnerable as they hoped. You are not as finished as they whispered. Heaven didn't consult them. And so now, you are the disruption. Not because of arrogance, but because your presence exposes pretense. Because your spirit carries the vibration of breakthrough. Emotional unrest is your signal, not your weakness. This tension you feel is not dysfunction. It's divine transition. The unsettled feelings are not indicators of failure, but evidence of a coming shift. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. And the resistance you feel is not punishment. It's pressure being applied to reveal what's eternal. This is the hour of divine disruption. Heaven is stirring the atmosphere to wake you from complacency. Angels are pressing close to pressurize your decisions. You're being squeezed into surrender. The frustration isn't there to break you. It's there to bless you. The tears are part of the seal. The awkward pauses, the ghosted texts, the misread intentions, all of it is angelic orchestration to pull you deeper into dependency on God. This isn't emotional instability. This is prophetic calibration. The heavens are fine-tuning your senses. You're feeling what others ignore. You're perceiving what others dismiss. And that means you're ready. You're being prepared for divine visitation. The watchers are not looking for the perfect. They are looking for the prepared. Let the disruption speak. Let the tension prophesy. You are not being tormented. You are being tested. Don't reach for explanation. Don't medicate the discomfort. Embrace it. Walk through it. Let it expose what cannot follow you into your next. For what is happening in you is proof of what is about to happen through you. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am seen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2024 is now released over your situation. You are being tested, not by man but by realms unseen. This battle you felt wrapping around your soul, this pressure you can't quite put into words, is not of flesh and blood. It is not rooted in circumstance or the opinions of others. It is deeper. It is older. It is spiritual. You stepped into a conflict that was written long before your name was ever whispered by human lips. You are contending with assignments of old, battling accusations made in spirit long before you even stood on earth. But hear this now, heaven is not surprised. Heaven hath been waiting for this alignment. Every delay has been divine, every push orchestrated. The hindrances you've encountered weren't just attacks, they were recalibrations. Heaven allowed the stall not to stop you but to reset you. When the door didn't open, it wasn't rejection, it was redirection. When the call went unanswered, it wasn't silence, it was sanctification. Everything was maneuvered to prepare your posture. Every inconvenience was insulation. Every loss was preservation. Every silence was a covering. Heaven wasn't holding you back, heaven was setting you apart. You're in a spiritual corridor now. What you choose echoes beyond your comprehension. You are walking through a passage lined with divine spectators. You are not in a valley. You are in a verification. What you do here, in this chamber of decision, will shift atmospheres. It will impact generations. You may feel like nothing has changed externally, but internally, the weight of your yes is shaking foundations. You are in between realms, 1 foot in what was, 1 foot in what will be. And the space between is where most give up. But you, beloved, are being called to pass through. The warfare wasn't about the enemy, it was about your worth. This attack was never because you were weak, it was always because you were valuable. The enemy does not attack emptiness. He attacks what is filled. He doesn't bother with the irrelevant. He opposes the destined. And you are drenched in destiny. That's why the pressure has been relentless. That's why the conflict feels personal. Because you are carrying something eternal. 3 angels observe to record your next faithful step. This isn't about perfection. It's about posture. They are not tracking your slip-ups. They are tracing your surrender. They are watching for one signal, the sign of movement, the mark of faith, the evidence of trust. One act of obedience releases power. One gesture of humility can shift realms. One word held in silence can echo into eternity. And they are poised. They are prepared. They are positioned to respond the moment your spirit aligns with heaven's rhythm. You may feel surrounded, but you are being supported. You may feel pressed, but you are being propelled. The conflict is not chaos, it is clarity being forged. Every opposing force, every contradiction, every delayed promise, it's been filtering out the counterfeit. What remains now is pure. What's left is holy. And what comes next is heaven's. You are not being crushed. You are being crowned. Not with the approval of men, but with the seal of the Most High. Not for temporary relief, but for eternal reign. This is not just another trial. This is not just another test. This is a framing. A spiritual elevation disguised as pressure. A coronation wrapped in contradiction. Type "I am armored" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1111 is now being activated around your atmosphere. The confrontation is brewing behind closed doors. You may not see it. You may not sense it with your natural senses. But in the spirit realm, conversations are being had. Beatings have been called in unseen places. Strategies are being written in the shadows, and they have your name on them. What I for defeat, for disruption, for exposure, for collision. Heaven has permitted this confrontation not to destroy you, but to distinguish you. Not to intimidate you, but to identify you. Within 72 hours, a shift will require your silence. You will be tempted to speak. You will feel the urge to explain, to defend, to clarify. Don't. Hold your words like sacred oil. Guard your responses like weapons. The enemy is baiting you, not with direct attacks, but with familiar spirits. People you once trusted. Spaces you once called safe. Invitations that appear harmless but are spiritually poisonous. You must discern quickly. You must respond slowly. Heaven is watching, and your reaction will either delay or deliver what's about to be released. They are preparing, not to strike physically, but spiritually. This is not about confrontation you can see. This is warfare in whispers. This is warfare in suggestion. This is warfare in tone and tension. And if you respond in the flesh, you will fall into their net. But if you stand in silence, if you operate from stillness, you will walk through the trap untouched. Their words will fall to the ground. Their plans will backfire. Your stillness will be your shield. Expect odd requests, familiar faces, and sudden tests. They will come subtly. Conversations designed to probe your vulnerabilities. Opportunities crafted to pull you from purpose. Be wise. Be hidden. Be still. The enemy is not creative. He is consistent. And he always tests what he suspects is about to be crowned. The sudden tests are signs. The interruptions are indicators. And if you stay aligned, you will not only pass through them, you will ascend because of them. Don't explain yourself. Obedience is the only answer. You owe no one an apology for protecting your purpose. You are not obligated to dilute your discernment for the comfort of others. You are not called to explain, only to obey. Heaven never demanded that you be understood, only that you be faithful. And in this hour, your faithfulness will unlock what clarity never could. A door is opening that requires your silence before it can reveal what's behind it. Don't talk yourself out of access. Don't allow premature conversation to cancel divine confirmation. Hold your peace like treasure. Guard your focus like fire. For what you say in haste can dismantle what heaven is building in patience. If this message has spoken to you, consider showing support through a super chat, super thanks, or even a membership with contributions of up to $10. Every seed helps us bring forward more truth and prophetic insight to encourage you. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the Support Here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I will be silent" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3030 now covers you with divine defense. Be still. You are being covered by wings unseen. You are not exposed. You are not abandoned. Though it may feel like silence surrounds you, the silence is sacred. It is not the silence of absence. It is the silence of strategy. You are being hidden, not forgotten. You are being watched over, not watched from afar. Archangel Michael stands with sword unsheathed, not in fear of what's ahead, but as a signal to all that you are under divine protection. There is no power, no whisper, no agenda that can penetrate what heaven has cloaked. You are not to respond. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. The enemy prowls for reaction, hoping you'll speak prematurely, hoping you'll act without instruction. But you are called higher. You are called deeper. And in this depth, silence becomes your strongest sword. When others hurl confusion, your quietness will be clarity. When they manipulate, your calm will be confrontation. When they provoke, your peace will prophecy. You are not passive. You are protected. You are not losing. You are learning to lean fully on the covering of heaven. Silence is spiritual warfare. You're not ignoring the battle. You're choosing which realm to fight it in. The weapons of your warfare are not carnal. They are not reactive. They are rooted in discernment, in obedience, in divine instruction. When you hold your peace, the angels move. When you say nothing, the heavens roar. When you stay still, the enemy loses sight of you. You are not vulnerable. You are veiled. Pull back. Speak less. Observe more. Heaven is watching. The watchers, the 3 assigned angels, are recording not your volume, but your vision. They are tracking your restraint. They are empowered not by your defense, but by your decision to stay in position. You have nothing to prove. You have nothing to protect. The one who assigned you will defend you. The one who called you will keep you. All you need to do is stay covered. Stay postured. Stay hidden. Write, pray, fast, discern. But do not broadcast your moves. The loudest voices often have the weakest roots. And in this hour, you are being rooted. Not seen, not celebrated, but secured. You are being fastened in the unseen, that you may rise unshakable in the seen. Let your journal carry what your voice would have spoken. Let your tears write the lines your lips were tempted to utter. There is sacred power in secrecy. There is divine momentum in mystery. Affirm this over your soul. I am hidden in the shadow of divine order. Let that be your mantra. When the pressure rises, when the urge to defend flares, whisper it again. You are not random. You are not wandering. You are ordered. And that order has a shadow. A shadow has wings. And under those wings, you are not merely surviving. You are being sanctified. Do not confuse quiet with lack of power. Do not confuse retreat with defeat. You are not stepping back to avoid battle. You are stepping back to gain vision. You are ascending by descending into the quiet chambers of prayer and presence. And from that place, you will hear the whispers of God. You will receive the strategies of angels. You will perceive the traps before they are triggered. You are not behind. You are being led. Type I am covered in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 444 is now activated to encircle you in divine protection. You have outgrown who they last knew. The version of you they remember. The one they tried to manipulate. The one they expected to fold. That version no longer exists. Heaven has deactivated that identity. The garments of the past no longer fit. The mentality of survival had been traded for a mantle of strategy. You are not who you were, and you are not going back. You are not becoming, you have become. You are being moved like a chess piece, not a pawn. Pawns are expendable. Pawns are sacrificed for greater plays. But not you. You are a key piece. You are the one whose positioning shifts the battle. You are the one being advanced, not for reaction, but for revelation. Heaven is not rushing you. Heaven is arranging you. Each delay, each detour, each unexpected pullback, it was strategic repositioning. And now, the move is happening. Wings have formed in silence. Fire has shaped your soul. The cocoon was dark, the pressure intense, but what emerged was divine. You are no longer crawling through questions. You are soaring with answers. What broke you before no longer phases you. What drained you before no longer tempts you. You have learned to rise, not with applause, but with anointing. Not with validation, but with vision. You were never meant to bow, only rise. They tried to bend you. Life tried to break you. But heaven had a higher blueprint. You were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to shrink to fit their comfort. Your call was never negotiable. Your identity was never up for debate. And now, the rising begins. Not in a shout, but in a shift. Not in chaos, but in clarity. You are not rising for status. You are rising for service. You are not ascending to be seen. You are ascending to be sent. This is the emergence, not of the old you, but the real you. The version ordained in heaven. The soul etched in the blueprint of eternity. And now, that you has stood up, that you has shaken off the dust, that you has come forward, the emergence is not loud, but it is unstoppable. It is not forceful, but it is undeniable. And nothing, no past, no voice, no fear, can cage it now. Let them see the change, not in your words, but in your walk. Let them feel the shift, not in confrontation, but in your countenance. The old you would have responded. The new you is reserved for higher things. The old you would have begged for understanding. The real you walks in knowing. You are being elevated without explanation, promoted without permission, lifted without limitation. If this transformation is rising within you, we invite you to support our mission. Give a super thanks, or join with a membership of up to $50. Your contribution helps spread these divine messages far and wide. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am rising in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 828 is being released to shift you into divine position. The 3 angels were assigned before you cried last, before the tears fell, before the questions rose, before the silence wrapped around your hope. Heaven had already spoken. Long before the first tremor of this trial touched your life, a declaration went out, and with it 3 were sent. They are not new to your atmosphere. They've lingered in the unseen. They've watched in stillness. They've wept with you in the midnight prayers. But now, they are moving, and they are not coming empty-handed. One brings war, one brings warning, and one brings wealth. Each has a role. Each carries a scroll. One has been standing at the edge of your battle, sword drawn, intercepting what should have broken you. This is the angel of war, sent to protect, to engage, to hold the line in realms you cannot access. This angel has deflected arrows you never saw, silenced curses you never heard, and scattered legions you never fought. The second stands not with a weapon, but with a trumpet, the angel of warning. He does not fight. He announces. He alerts. He shakes the ground with signals for the obedient to hear. And the third, the one approaching now, walks in abundance, not just of currency, but of calling. This is the angel of wealth, the one assigned to release what's been withheld, to pour out inheritance, to open storehouses once sealed. This is a divine activation. And it is your decision, your obedience, your posture, your yes in secret, that triggers them. They don't move at random. They move by recognition. And they have recognized you. Your tears were a signature. Your silence was a seal. Your sacrifice was the invitation. And now, the visitation begins. You are on heaven's scroll marked for visitation. You are not lost in the shuffle. You are not buried in the background. Your name has been inscribed in divine ink, and the scroll has been opened. You are not being stalked by darkness. You are being pursued by glory. You are not being monitored by demons. You are being tracked by divine assignment. And the time for hiding has reached its end. This is your unlocking. This is why you've been tested. The pain, the pressure, the pruning, it wasn't pointless. It was purposeful. It wasn't chaos. It was choreography. Heaven choreographed every moment, every conversation, every silence, to lead to this divine unlocking. The watchers were never far. They were waiting. And now they are moving. Feel the shift. Not in your emotion, but in your knowing. Something is awakening within you. Not hype, but heritage. You are not being hyped up for a moment. You are being honored for a mandate. And this mandate comes with movement. Divine movement. Watch the signs. Watch the numbers. Watch the confirmations. The angels are not just visiting. They are establishing. They are not just appearing. They are releasing. Let your spirit agree with heaven. Say yes before you understand. Move before it's popular. Obey before it's comfortable. For in this obedience the scroll unfolds. In this alignment, the unlocking begins. What's been locked away, in heaven, in time, in inheritance, is now accessible. Not through striving, not through visibility, but through surrender. Type I am unlocked in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7070 has now been released to open divine doors in your life. Say yes in the spirit before you act in the flesh. That is where it begins. That is where it always begins. In the quiet yes, in the unseen agreement, in the whispered surrender of your soul. Heaven is not asking for performance. Heaven is waiting for alignment. This next move is not about proving who you are. It's about agreeing with who God already declared you to be. Move in alignment, not reaction. Reaction belongs to those who feel threatened. Alignment belongs to those who feel chosen. You are not called to respond to pressure. You are called to respond to presence. Every decision in this hour must pass through the filter of peace. If it stirs confusion, delay it. If it carries pressure, release it. If it brings clarity and instruction, follow it. You are no longer led by urgency. You are now led by divine orchestration. The angels are poised. Your obedience releases their hand. They do not move by emotion. They do not activate by wish. They are moved by order. And your obedience carries divine order. When you align with heaven's instruction, the watchers step forward. They don't just protect, they initiate. They open things no man can shut. They close doors that would have destroyed you. They retrieve what you didn't even know was yours. Declare it boldly. I agree with heaven's instruction for my life. Don't just say it. Embody it. Let your schedule reflect it. Let your choices echo it. Let your conversations confirm it. The world doesn't need a louder you. It needs a more aligned you. Heaven doesn't need more effort. It needs more surrender. This is how you activate destiny. Not through control, but through covenant. Not through striving, but through stillness. A door is about to open, but it recognizes surrender. It will not open to manipulation. It will not swing for those who push it in flesh. It is voice activated. It is obedience sensitive. It waits for the frequency of faith. And you are carrying that frequency now. Don't miss it. Don't doubt it. Don't delay it. The door knows your name. It was carved with your identity. And it is swinging open, not by accident, but by alignment. This is the season of divine congruence, where your decisions finally match your destiny, where your walk reflects your word, where your movement no longer contradicts your mandate. You are not reaching for it. You are becoming it. Destiny is not ahead. It is awakening within you. Heaven is not far. Heaven is forming in your next choice. Don't look for fireworks. Look for confirmation. Don't chase clarity, chase obedience. And in that obedience, destiny begins to pulse. It begins to call. It begins to open up before you in ways no man could orchestrate. You are not here by accident. You are here by divine activation. Type I agree with heaven in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3636 is now unlocking what hath been held in divine timing. While you sleep, angels mark territory around your name. They don't slumber. They don't rest. While your body lies still and your thoughts are at ease, the watchers are moving. Assignments are being fulfilled. Declarations are being issued. Territories are being claimed. This is not folklore. This is divine transaction. You do not need to see it to believe it. You only need to agree with it. Because while you sleep, heaven works. While you rest, the spirit wars. There are realms in motion right now where your name is being mentioned with honor. Not because of perfection, but because of persistence. Not because you were loud, but because you were loyal. The watchers are not looking for the seen. They are attending to the sealed. And you, beloved, are sealed. Sealed in fire. Sealed in covenant. Sealed in the blood of agreement. That seal has provoked a silent negotiation in the heavenlies. And though you cannot hear it, you are about to feel its results. What was stolen, peace, strength, identity, is returning. Not all at once, but in measured waves. Like tides that come quietly yet cover everything, the restoration will move slowly at first. But it will grow. It will multiply. You will begin to laugh again. Not because everything is perfect, but because your soul remembers joy. You will breathe again, not in survival but in security. You will trust again, not with naivety but with discernment. The pieces of you that were scattered in heartbreak, in trauma, in confusion, they are being retrieved. Not by your effort, but by angelic instruction. They are negotiating on your behalf while you stay silent. You think the silence has made you vulnerable, but it has made you dangerous. In the absence of noise, the truth rises. In the absence of defense, heaven defends. In the absence of retaliation, the throne rules in your favor. Your tears are receipts. Your silence is a sealed covenant. Every night you laid on your face and didn't speak. Every moment you pulled back when falsely accused. Every whisper of God, I trust you. Those were contracts. Holy contracts. And heaven is honoring them. You felt the tension because your spirit went ahead of you. It wasn't anxiety. It was advance notice. The pressure in your chest, the odd stillness, the unexplainable grief, it was your spirit traveling faster than your flesh. You were not late. You were early. Your spirit picked up on negotiations that your mind couldn't comprehend. You walked into rooms and felt things shift. It was your spirit stepping into new territory while your soul caught up. This is divine reversal cloaked in disguise. Honor it. It won't come dressed in glory. It won't announce itself. It will look like simple conversations, like inconvenient delays, like sudden rejections. But beneath each one is a holy thread. God is weaving reversal into your timeline, and your only task is to stay in position. Speak less. Obey more. Watch deeply. Move slowly. Because behind what looks like disappointment, heaven is flipping the script. Let this assurance settle in your soul. Nothing has been wasted. Not the betrayal. Not the loneliness. Not the setback. The silent exchanges have already begun. And what will show up next in your life will carry the fragrance of fulfillment. Not because you fought, but because you followed. Not because you pushed, but because you prayed. Type I am still and trusting in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 5151 is now forming a hedge around your destiny. What they set to trap you, they've stepped into. Yes, the pit dug for you has become their grave. The words spoken against you have looped back in spirit. The curses hurled at you have boomeranged under divine command. This isn't vengeance. This isn't karma. This is justice, holy justice. The kind that doesn't announce its arrival but delivers its verdict in unmistakable clarity. The kind that doesn't glow but vindicates. Heaven has already released a reversal decree. It's been signed. It's been sealed. Your name is on the scroll. The pain you endured, the betrayal you carried, the loss you almost drowned in, all of it is now being reversed. Not to punish your enemies, but to prove your preservation. You were kept for this. You were hidden for this. You were underestimated on purpose. They thought it was your ending, but God was only beginning to unveil what He planted in silence. They planned embarrassment. God planned elevation. They set you up for mockery. Heaven set you up for manifestation. You are not their ruler. You are not their opinion. You are heaven's vessel. And that divine reversal is already moving through timelines. Watch how things shift. Watch how positions change. Watch how the same mouths that mocked you will marvel. Not because you are vindictive, but because God is vindicating His name upon your life. You will see divine return, not revenge. Return of peace. Return of favor. Return of clarity. Return of resources. Everything that was delayed, everything that was hijacked, it is finding its way back to you. Not through begging, not through bargaining, but through divine release. Your account is being credited. Your name is being cleared. Your path is being illuminated. Justice is already moving while you stay unmoved. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to broadcast it. Just walk in it. Just carry the crown without announcing the coronation. Let the elevation speak for itself. Let the reversal unfold in silence. For every shame, double honor. For every delay, divine acceleration. For every loss, prophetic return. This is not compensation. This is completion. God is not paying you back. He is fulfilling what He spoke. The promise is not a prize. It is a prophecy. And that prophecy is manifesting now. The tables are turning. The watchers are recording. The heavens are roaring. And you are stepping into divine reversal that no man can stop. Type "I receive divine justice" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 9898 now surrounds your harvest with holy fire. You are not late. You are being led. And in being led, you are exactly where heaven intended you to be. Not one moment behind. Not one day forgotten. You are in divine sequence. You are in holy rhythm. This journey, with its detours, with its delays, with its divine silence, has all been orchestration, not obstruction. Every step has been accounted for. Every pause was purposed. Every quiet season was a womb. What you thought was waiting was actually preparation. And now, the wind is shifting. The watchers are angels, not enemies. You've been watched not to be judged, but to be crowned. You've been tracked not to be trapped, but to be treasured. These watchers, these heavenly guardians, are not here to spectate. They are here to confirm. Confirm your readiness. Confirm your transformation. Confirm your alignment. You are not under threat. You are under divine inspection. And the results of heaven's assessment over your life have been sealed in approval. You passed the test, not through perfection, but through perseverance. Not through power, but through posture. Be ready. Your next move opens the gate. This is not poetic, it is prophetic. There is a gate in the spirit realm that only responds to movement from the obedient. There is a gate that recognizes the authority of silence, the anointing of surrender. And you have been marked. When you move next, it will not be small. It will be seismic. When you move next, things will shake. Atmospheres will adjust. Rooms will shift. And heaven will roar. You are sealed, seen, and sent. There is no more waiting for confirmation. There is no more need for man's approval. You have heaven's release. You have angelic witness. You have divine sanction. The watchers are not just watching anymore. They are moving with you. Every step you take now is flanked with presence. Every word you speak now echoes with glory. Every decision you make now is backed by the weight of God's will. Now walk wisely. Not cautiously, wisely. Walk as one who knows they are chosen. Speak as one who knows they carry weight. Move as one who knows angels are marking every obedient step. This isn't the end of the message. This is the beginning of your manifestation. The gates are open. The scroll is unsealed. The realm is ready. Now go forth, beloved. Not with fear, with fire, not with doubt, with destiny. Type "I am sent" in the comments if you receive this final blessing. Blessing code 7777 now completes your cycle and opens the gate of divine fulfillment.